The first of the OTF crew in this indictment who seems to have been heavily involved in planning and executing Quando Rondo's hit was Kavon London Grant, aka OTF Vonnie. OTF Vonnie is a key figure in OTF's inner circle for years, with his loyalty and presence around Lil Durk and King Von being well documented. Vonnie is also King Von's cousin and played a significant role in Lil Durk's operations as his business manager. Back in July 2019, Vonnie would be spotted with Durk and Von at the iconic Icebox jewelry store.
Can I get an OTF chain, man?
The way things are looking this week,
yeah. Woo!
Not gonna happen.
A1, right? A1, right? A1, right?
And by early 2020, he would once again be seen accompanying King Von as Von worked on designing and purchasing custom O-block chains that many believe were actually given out as trophies to celebrate the successful murder plot on FBG Duck.
Slim roll or just one?
Yeah,
right there.
And I like the, you see how the leaves letters, I like them kind of like
graffiti style.
Just like,
Check this out.
Like the O, like a, oh no, like longer instead of wider. Like, see, that's kind of wider.
I appreciate you guys once again. Thank you so much.
Definitely.
Hey, thank you, bro.
Alright,
Definitely.
Yeah, Scally, big dog.
I don't big it though.
Yeah.
So that's the only way I would.
Yeah, wrist big.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little wrist.
Yeah,
it look like a big watch.
Since you're not picking these up today, I'm gonna send you a sample image of all of them.
Alright, I'm texting to you anyway. We're gonna text everything I write, so.
Well, I can text this back to you.
Yeah.
Following King Von's death in late 2020, Vonnie's proximity to Lil Durk only grew, and by September 2021, he was back at Icebox, this time with Durk acting as a negotiator during a major jewelry purchase. In footage from the store, Vonnie can be seen haggling prices on Durk's behalf and carrying a massive stack of cash for the transactions.
3 1/4 and
2 1/4.
2.75. 2 3/4.
3 1/4, 2 3/4.
That's about 15% difference.
How much would it be?
That's what he had before. It's the old one is exactly the same size. It's just bigger.
So how big?
4.5.
You can say 2.
Just 3 and.
He didn't like this because of the color. Oh my God. Appreciate it.
Chief.
Man, it's my birthday, man.
Comfortable as fuck.
You ain't even know. You ain't even know I had it.
No, that's how it go. That's how yeah, man, birthday behavior, man. We ain't around this.
It's like you were the Tom Hagen. Watch. Godfather. You're Tom Hagen.
This moment highlighted not only his close relationship with Durk, but also the level of trust that Durk was placing in him, with Vonnie seemingly handling significant amounts of money and playing a critical role behind the scenes for OTF. Another OTF member implicated in the paperwork is DeAndre Wilson, aka OTF Didi, or D-Ski, aka Big Threat. Didi had been involved in multiple violent altercations over the years, with him even managing to beat a murder case in 2023 in regards to a 2014 murder that took place in Chicago. But this wasn't just any murder, but the alleged get-back for the murder of Tay-Ski, whom Tay-Town is named after, something which would have made Didi a very respected member within Tay-Town. Other co-conspirators include Keith Jones, aka Flakka. According to unverified sources, Flakka himself beat a murder case back in 2011 after allegedly being acquitted for the murder of Big Baby from Hula Gang, an almighty P Stone set based in Sunnyside or Magnolia that has a long-standing rivalry with the Gangster Disciples in Rogers Park and Uptown. The gang is named in honor of fallen member High C, preserving his legacy within its ranks. Then there's David Brian Lindsay, aka Brown Eyes, who's also named as a co-conspirator on the indictment, and Asa Houston, aka OTF Boogie. However, along with Durk, there still remains two significant question marks, as two unnamed co-conspirators had their identities withheld by the feds on the indictment, leading many to believe that these individuals have perhaps turned informant. There's been rampant speculation on the potential identity of co-conspirator number 4, particularly LA rapper and rising podcast and content star Brick Baby, mainly due to him being one of the first people that had said that Durk slid for Von.
Off of Von, right?
Nobody.
Yeah.
They say you can't say that no more. You can't say that no more.
Oh, because of FBG Cash?
Nah, cause Lil Pop.
Now, Brick has made numerous references to the crime in music, but in my honest opinion, there's really been no solid evidence provided to prove that he is actually the person that lined up Quando Rondo, just rampant speculation. In fact, Brick has talked about this case with so much openness and confidence, I personally believe that he was simply using the false allegations as fuel to boost his career, and it seemed to work. In fact, there's actually an alternative theory floating around the internet that the actual person who set up the murder is a lesser known LA gang member by the name of TS from a set called Gutter Ave, with Reddit posts claiming that him and his friend had a personal vendetta against Quando after Quando refused to do a song with them. However, once again, at this stage this is all speculation, and it's highly possible that this person's identity may never be revealed to the public, and it could be somebody that we have absolutely no idea about. The other person who people have speculated may have been informing the authorities is co-conspirator number 2, who's actually one of the shooters. There's been intense speculation on social media that this person is in fact a beloved member of Dirk's crew by the name of OTF Jam, someone who Dirk frequently rapped about, saying that Jam vets killers for his crew, along with one rather suspicious line where Dirk points out that Jam is always very serious when they talk on the phone. Well, real name Casey Hester, OTF Jam was once considered a rising star within Dirk's Only the Family label. In 2010, Jam was convicted of a shooting, being sentenced to a minimum of 12 years in prison for attempted murder, and he would complete his jail term in February 2022. Lil Durk would post a picture of the stack that he had for OTF Jam as soon as he got out, with some Reddit Sherlocks counting and deducing it was over $250,000. In an interview in May 2023, Jam himself would verify that Lil Durk had taken care of him, giving him over $50,000 when he got released.
Because he's super solid, but like a lot of, like, you know what I'm saying, he said Jam get out that jam and give him 50, he ain't gotta ask again, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying, he ain't gotta ask shit, bro. He said he gave you 50, bro. You know what I'm saying? Facts. More than that. Like more than that. But so, can you tell us how much he gave you, or you don't want to even?
No, we ain't gotta get into all that, but bro made sure he made a way for me to be straight, like he's saying, gotta ask again, you know, like crib, car, all that. He's able to take care of anything I have to take care of, period. Like, it's still up.
This is why people were surprised that when a year later, he would become a focal point in reports suggesting that he may have cooperated with the authorities against Lil Durk. Jam even had his very own track on the highly incriminating OTF mixtape, Loyal Bros 2, released just months after the murder of Pab, a song ironically called Federal Freestyle, with lyrics where Jam rapped solo, admonishing others for snitching and asking suspicious questions. After Durk's indictment suggested a member of OTF had been cooperating with the feds by wearing a wire for the span of 2 years, Jam's snitching allegations would surface on various media platforms, and adding to the speculation, a photo would be posted on social media appearing to depict Jam dining on fast food whilst reportedly cooperating with the feds in the case. This photo, shared by DJ Academics, shows Jam glancing at a security camera while eating, prompting captions like "Bro really snitched on Durk for McDonald's." However, it would later turn out that this image was a AI generated fake, but that didn't stop the speculation, and the next day, on October the 28th, 2024, internet personality Wack 100 would support the reports that OTF Jam had indeed cooperated, explaining the details in a Vlad TV interview. Wack would go on to explain that although Jam served his whole 12-year sentence, he would get a gun charge that resulted in him wearing a wire for 2 years.
There's a guy named OTF Jam.
That was wired.
Very ironic name.
Jam
now
got
he
him
put
in
everyone
a
in a jam.
Did 12 years.
12
got
years.
out, interviewed, said he kept it real, brought him cars, gave him 50,000.
Right.
This. Made mention that ain't no smut on his name. He ain't never been a rat. Caught a gun case, but eventually he flipped.
Yep.
He got put in the jam and now he's...
Right. OTF Jam did 12 years for attempted murder back, I guess around 2010. He got out in 2022, right around the same time of the Quando situation. And he allegedly had been wearing a wire for the last 2 years.
From 22 to 24.
Yeah.
So he immediately got caught up?
Yes.
Then, on October the 30th, footage would circulate on the internet, allegedly showing an uncomfortable-looking OTF Jam, footage which people believed showed him wearing a wire near Lil Durk. The viral footage would show a nervous Jam looking anxious around Durk, with many alleging that Jam was looking very uncomfortable, triggering suspicions that at this point he was recording. But there's no proof of that.
Check on your man, I heard you got here to this area. I ain't gonna lie, man. Hey, when I was growing up, I used to have a damn architect. Metro! He slipped me over that roll over arm architect. My dad called me with a cast. So I lift my shit up, I'm like, man, this nigga booming, man. He laughed. He said, I ain't do that. I said, slow. Vacation. Trying to tell him. I ain't know shit no more. Keep my shit right on.
Additionally, unverified claims would surface alleging that Durk had actually ordered a hit on a woman speculated to be close to OTF Jam after suspecting Jam of being an informant. According to an interview between Academics and Chicago reporter Trench's News, the mother of Jam's child actually contacted Durk after Jam was arrested, and Durk refused to pay his bond. An apparent threat was then made to Durk.
Get bonded out in. They don't know nothing about no white, but he did make a threat towards Durk, like, if you want to come in, you know what I'm talking about, how you gonna play somebody who be putting in work and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And they took it as a threat. and that he told us. I don't know how he got mixed in with the Quando Rondo, but yeah, they say he's.
I've been holding you down because I heard you say something about like his baby mama called Dirk for a lawyer, and Dirk may have like brushed it off, and they're like, yo, you're not supposed to brush off my call when I need something. Like, I'm the guy who does the dirt for you.
That's facts. And, like, you got some real demons out there, like, you finna buy me out. You no matter what I did. Or you gonna come in with me. Sometimes you gotta make them threats for you jump off that couch and go snap down money.
According to news reports, on July the 19th, 2024, Octavia Redmond, a 48-year-old postal worker, had been brutally gunned down in broad daylight whilst delivering mail in Chicago's West Pullman neighborhood. A 15-year-old kid ran up to her in front of a house, shooting her 26 times execution style, and she would die in the hospital.
Developing this morning, Chicago police have released surveillance video of a person of interest in the deadly shooting of a postal worker.
The shooting happened last month in the West Pullman neighborhood. Mugo Odigwe is live in the newsroom this morning with a look at that new video. So Mugo, what does it show?
Well, first off, we know the U.S. Postal Inspection Service is already offering a $250,000 reward for information leading to an arrest and conviction in this case. And now Chicago police are hoping the new video gets them closer to the killer. So here's that video on your screen. Part of it shows a man getting to a white Dodge Durango near 70th and Campbell. This is right before the shooting. Then at some point, the same video shows a man getting out of that Durango near 121st and Harvard. He runs across the street and out of view. Then he runs back to the car before it drives off. Police say on that day, Friday, July 19th, around 11:40 in the morning, 48-year-old postal worker Octavia Redmond was in front of a home near 121st and Harvard when a man walked up to her and shot her. She died at the hospital. The Dodge Durango used in the shooting was later found abandoned and torched in the middle of a field on South Holland Avenue. Now, anyone with information on this shooting is asked to call Area 2 detectives, or you can leave anonymous tips at cpdtip.com.
A $250,000 reward would be offered for any information leading to the arrest and conviction of the perpetrator, with an anonymous tip leading up to the arrest of the juvenile killer in Iowa. The murder had been circulated with many headlines that suggested that this was OTF Jam's baby mother. However, a user on X would debunk these claims, alleging that Redmond had absolutely no connection or affiliation to OTF. Official reports and reputable news outlets have not since established any link between Redmond and OTF Jam, hence there's no credible evidence to support the assertion that they had any personal or familial ties. Some users, however, have still ran with this speculation, suggesting that the killing was somehow a targeted attack, with the shooter intentionally approaching her and mistaking her identity as the intended target, with some going even as far as to suggest that this was another hit sent from Dirk that ended up killing an innocent bystander. I personally don't buy it. Now, it's important to note that the criminal complaint and indictment documents do not explicitly name Jam as an informant, though they do reference an unnamed individuals and key witnesses by their initials. This has even led to subreddits questioning whether or not it's really Jam who got Dirk in the jam, and while I personally believe it's likely that Jam could be the informant, at this stage there's still no proven paperwork to confirm this, and there's really no way of knowing for sure until this goes to trial. In December 2024, OTF Jam would finally break his silence with a scathing social media post denying being the snitch in the case and accusing other OTF members of disloyalty and sloppy behavior, attracting the attention of law enforcement rather than him. Currently, Dirk, Vonnie, Didi and Boogie are held at the Metropolitan Detention Center, or MDC, Los Angeles, awaiting trial, and since his arrest, the only thing we've heard from Dirk is a phone call from jail that would suggest that despite his celebrity status, he turned down protective custody and is now navigating life behind bars in general population.
I said, I know you're rich, but if you need anything, you know I got you.
I appreciate it. You know the thought that count,
Yeah, hell yeah. I know how that shit be, but it don't matter, but we ain't never moved our money except for that first time. Once it was that, it was that. Once it was like then, it was everything was history.
Yeah. I feel that piece same. I came up here like, yeah, where you from? What you got going? I came to it, yeah.
Man, what? Like a PC? Hey. Hey, I respect your mom forever. The PC.
Yeah. Downstairs, they be like, man, you know you, man, send me upstairs. Whatever it is, I gotta tap to it. Nah, for sure. Can't go no more.